Coach Jude. Good day everyone. So my name is Rainier Sucgang and my role in this video presentation is to give the overall introduction. So today we are presenting the Module 3, which is the organizations and management of learner-centered classroom. So each background and each contribution to the learner-centered learning approaches. So we are also going to share our insights before the end of our presentations. And we are the Study Hub 9. We are dedicated to becoming proficient, productive, responsible educators in an increasingly complex and challenging world. So we do not just instruct, assess, and guide our students, but are challenged to serve as effective classroom managers to our students towards quality learning. So the quality of learning directly reflects our management of the class. So the teacher's actions pose a great impact inside the classroom. So the classroom management make up the size of the teacher's task, and there is no shortcut to class management. It's either you will be successful or fail in dealing with your students. So now, let's talk about the forms of learner-centered classroom organizations, procedures, and physical structures. So physical setup is one of the most important components in teaching. So it reflects your teaching style and it also reflects you. So how we design our classroom has an impact on the way our students think clearly. So a conducive learning environment promotes effective teaching and learning. So we have four types of setup. So we have for individualized learning, for group learning, for frequent whole group discussions, and activity-oriented classroom. For individualized learning, so set up learning centers or stations for students to work at their own pace depending on their abilities and interests. So set up an individual work area for this type of learning. So next is for group learning. So organize them around tables or cluster of desks. You can organize them in groups of 4 for cooperative learning. So next is the for frequent whole group discussion. So try a circle or U-shaped desk configurations where everyone has a front row seat. And last is the activity-oriented classroom. So set up a large table for cooperative projects, provide a space for wet or messy projects. So this is all for my part and I hope you learned something from my topic. So now let's move on to the next presenter. Thank you.
Classroom routines 2. Classroom routines and procedure. Creating consistent routines for common classroom events like getting attention, correcting homework, excusing oneself, posting visuals, updating on missed lessons, break time, and clearing desk helps maintain order and frees teacher to focus on instruction. B. Benefits of routines. Routines provide structure, reduce anxiety, and allow teachers and students to predict expectations, leading to a more efficient learning environment. 3. The social environment. Fairness, respect, care, and encouraging learning. In every classroom, the most successful learning occurs when teachers are facilitators or activators of learning. Learning is more engaging when the classroom climate is welcoming to all learners. 4. Creating a motivating learning environment. The foundation for any learning must be built on a safe, positive, and nurturing learning environment where there's open communication.
Good day everyone, I am SHERHAN JACINTO from BSED English 1A, and now I will discuss to you the learner-centered classroom rules and responsibility. Student-centered classroom involves change in the rules, responsibility of learners, instruction, and delivery of instructional strategies, and learning itself. These all differ from those in traditional teacher and centered classroom. Below are the roles, responsibility of both teacher and learners. First, we will conducting the teacher. First is recognize and accommodate the different learning modalities. Second is provide structure without being overly directive. Third, listen to respect and learner's point of view. Fourth, encourage and facilitate the learner's shared decision making.
Good day everyone, my name is SHERMALYN KARUS and I'll be discussing about the classroom routines and procedures. So the rules of discipline in learner-centered classroom, number 1 is collaborative class norms. So always start with the basic. Every class should have a short list class rules or norms that develop together positively praised. Number 2 is logical consequences are disciplinary actions that are intended to teach students to make better behavior choices rather than to punish them. So it has 3 types. So the first one is time out or take a break. It is not a punishment. You are not punishing this child for misbehavior. Instead, you are asking them to take a few minutes to regain self-control and to think over what just occurred. So for example is when students make a derogatory remark about another student's response to a questions, you take a break and let the students realize what he or she just said. Number 2 is you break it, you fix it. Use this type of logical consequence when you see an opportunity for a student to solve the problems they cause. When something has been broken, feelings have been hurt, or mess have been made, whether accidentally or intentionally, the consequence is that one responsible for the problems takes responsibility for fixing it. So the example of this is one child accidentally knocks into another on the playground. She stops, apologizes, and offers to help the other child. And lastly is the loss of privilege. Use this type of logical consequences when students does not follow expectation. Use this type of logical consequence when students defy, test, or simply forget the rules. So for an instance, a student speaks rudely to the teacher refused to listen to him or her until he or she changed the tone of his voice. That could be all. Thank you.